Hello and welcome to episode number 139 of What Does This Button Do? It's an educational show about smartphones and tablets with Geeks on Tour. Our beginner's lesson today is smartphone widgets, but first, a quick tip.
And this time we have a pre-recorded tip. Let's see how this goes.
This is the page where you will find all the episodes.
That's not it. There you go.
Sorry about that.
What is the Google Now launcher? First of all, what is a launcher? Here on the right, I have a made by Google phone, the Pixel, and the fact of how the icons look and feel, how the home pages work, and how the all apps work. For example, searching apps, that is called the launcher, and that is the stock Google launcher, just the way your home screens work. On the left, I have a Samsung, and Samsung makes its own launcher called TouchWiz. So the way this home screen works and looks is because of Samsung. And if I go to my all apps, for example, I do not have a way to search apps. What if I want my Samsung to be more stock Google? What you do is you go to your apps, your Play Store, and you download an app called the Google Now launcher. Once you have the Google Now launcher, you go into Settings and Applications and Default Applications. And now under your home screen, you have the choice between TouchWiz, which is Samsung, TouchWiz Easy, which is a limited home screen, and the Google Now launcher. If I select the Google Now launcher, it says press home key to apply it. Now when I go home, it looks more like the stock Google home screen. Still not exactly, but if I go into my all apps, I can search apps, and my recently used apps are up top. That's the one thing that I noticed that's different and I like. So that is how to get a more stock Google experience on your Samsung phone.
And you certainly don't have to do that. It's just, I thought it was a nice tip, something good to know, that Samsung's launcher is unique to Samsung. And there are ways. Now on an iPhone, you cannot change the launcher. That's what you get unless you're willing to jailbreak your iPhone. And we don't get that geeky.
We don't, huh? Okay. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to What Does This Button Do? I'm Jim, and here together with my wife, Chris, we are Geeks on Tour. Do you think your smartphone is smarter than you? And do you have questions about your Android phone or your iPad tablet? And how do you learn about these amazing devices?
Well, fly along with us in our shuttlecraft here. And we will teach you a little something every week. We are geeks who teach, and we think the best way to learn is in bite-sized pieces on a regular basis. After these live shows are recorded, I write up show notes, and they are all on our website, geeksontour.com.
Okay, so today's show, what are widgets and what are they good for? And if you have questions during the live show right now, go ahead and use the YouTube chat window. We'd love to hear from you. And by Wednesday afternoon, this episode will be posted along with all the others with class notes for members. So, Chris, where are we now?
We're at home in Fort Lauderdale, and the weather actually cooperated once.
Yeah.
And we got to go out kayak diving.
And we'd love to kayak dive. All right. So, any questions yet? I don't see anything. Go ahead and put your questions in there. We'd love to have them if you could. So, Chris, you ready for your beginner's lesson?
Sure.
All right.
Widgets. Now, we have done a lesson on widgets before. It was way back in episode 31.
Wow.
So I figured it needed some updating, but I am not going to cover some of the same things that were covered there. So if you want to learn more about widgets, look up episode 31. You just go to geeksontour.com and click on weekly class and scroll down until you see episode 31. So this is what widgets look like, those two screens on the right. What are they? Well, I say that they're just shortcuts, but they do a little bit more than just a shortcut to an app. Sometimes they will do something for you. So they're shortcuts to something that you want to do, such as call somebody, or navigate somewhere, or scan a document, or take a selfie, or write a note. What I think they are really good for is when there's something you want to do and you don't do it very often. So remembering the steps to do something is tough. And if you have a widget, then it's just one tap. Most people know widgets, I think, as something that you want to know. Like on the iPhone, a stock widget is stocks. Looking up, just seeing information about stock prices. You can see information about reminders, the time and date. That's a widget, just seeing the time and date on your phone. Calendar items, health data, your steps, counting your steps, or tracking your phone's data usage. Those can all be done with widgets. On Android, the widgets are just right on your home screen. You put them on there by long pressing on a blank area of the home screen and then tapping the widgets button. And you add them to whatever home screen you want. You can move them around to different home screens just like you move the app icons. Some of the widgets have options, and we will demonstrate this and show you exactly what we mean. On the screen in the picture, there are 5 widgets. Can you identify them? It's easy to see that something is a widget on an Android when it's big. So where it says Google Play Music there, that is absolutely a widget. It is not an icon for an app. The activity, I'm not very active, am I? The one that says 0, that's supposed to be marking the time, the amount of time during a day that I've been active.
You were busier yesterday.
And the clock, that's a widget. But notice the one in the middle towards the bottom, it says scans. That's also a widget. And notice that it has a little Google Drive icon next to it. So that's a widget that you get if you have Google Drive. And that one is my favorite one. I will be showing you exactly how to work that one. So on this screen, the widgets are identified. So notice number 1 up there, the Google search bar. That's a widget. The Google Play Music is a widget. The clock is a widget. The activity is a widget, and scans is a widget. So you can fill your screens with widgets on Android. And the second one shows 2 big ones. And I especially like the bookmarks bar. That widget is Chrome bookmarks. So I have all of my bookmarks available right from my home screen. I don't have to go to Chrome and find my bookmarks.
Now, this is on your Apple iPhone, right?
No, this is all Android. No, Chrome, no, you cannot.
You cannot do that on...
You can't, Well, I'll get to iPhone in a second. They do have widgets, but they're very different. They aren't taking up space on your home screens like they do on Android. So, iPhone. There's 2 places that widgets are on iPhone. Number one is on what's called the Today screen. It doesn't say that it's Today anymore, but we still call it that. It's when you swipe right from all your home screens, you get to the leftmost screen, and that's called your Today screen. And that's where you will see all your main widgets. You can swipe right, or you can swipe down to your notifications and then swipe right. They're also available from your lock screen. That's kind of cool. So you can like make a phone call to a favorite right from your lock screen. And then the second type is relatively new. You deep press on an app icon. So what's pictured there is I have deep pressed on the phone icon, and you get your favorites right there. You don't have to tap on phone and tap on favorites. You just hard press, deep press.
3D press.
3D press is the technical word for it, and we will show you that. How do you add widgets to an iPhone? You swipe right to that Today screen and then scroll all the way down, and at the bottom you'll see a button that says Edit. Once you're in edit mode, now every widget that is currently in use has a little minus next to it. You tap the minus and you'll remove those. Every widget that's available has a plus next to it. And once you've added a few widgets, you can drag them into position with the little 3-line icon next to each one. I'm ready for demo.
Okay.
Unless anybody
nothing new.
has any questions. Y'all still hearing us at all? Everything okay? You're awfully quiet out there.
Yeah. Just put something in there so we know you're out there.
Okay, so on the Android, I'm gonna start with the most fun thing to me, using a few of the widgets. I'm going to scan a receipt using the Drive scan. I'm going to get directions, and I'm going to show you the Chrome bookmarks. Then I'm going to back up a little bit and show you how you would remove widgets, and then finally how you would add them back. So I'm using a Nexus phone. This is a stock Google Android phone. And first, let's notice the widgets that I have. I love having the dual clock here. So especially, I'm pretending that I communicate with somebody in Sydney, Australia, and I don't want to call them at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I want to know what time it is there. And what I especially like about this particular one, it has the date too. So this is showing me that yes, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, it's Sydney tomorrow. And Google Play Music. I don't use that one much, but I just kind of want to remind myself that we have to tell people you can play music with these things. And one of these days we will do an issue on music. And here's one for my activity. It still says 0, but I got a little bit of red going on
Yeah,
here.
she walked upstairs and downstairs, I think.
But here is the one for scans. So the idea is I have a receipt here and I want to scan it. There are all sorts of ways to do this, but look how easy this widget makes it. So I just tap on the widget and it opens up the ability to take a picture. I get the receipt under there and I just tap that blue button. And it not only it's been scanned to PDF, and when I tap check mark,
set that down so they can see it.
When I tap check mark, I don't think I got it good though. I think I was too close, so I'm going to undo that and try it again. I was trying to make sure that everybody could see it. Let me make sure it gets it right. Okay, now I'll put this back down. Still looks funky. Well, I'm going to tap check mark anyway, and I will show you how it. So your one file is being uploaded. It's taken a picture of it, it's turned it into a PDF, and it has uploaded it to my Google Drive. And I'll show you that in a minute. Another really fun one is directions. So there's a Google Maps widget, and you can customize it. So if I need to go to the doctor, I don't have to look up the address. I don't have to remember where it is or even ask Google Maps. I can just tap where it says doctor. And I will show you how we set these up. Boom. Okay, I don't really want to go to the doctor. I want to go to my dive club meeting. There. And it's going. So you can have a bunch of those and have it automatically take you to all the places that you need to go. This would be great for your phone, for your mom or something like that. Somebody who doesn't really want to learn how to use Google Maps, but you want them to have
that's a great idea.
good directions anywhere they need to go. And then phone calls. So you can have your favorite, and not just phone calls. So if I just tap on Jim's face here, it's going to call him. But I don't really need to do that. But if I tap on Sharon's icon here, it's going to text her. So, okay, update Messenger. I guess I better do that.
You need to update.
So how do you set these up? Oh, let me show you one more page here first. So here are my bookmarks, my Chrome bookmarks. And I can say, yes, I need to go to my help on social. That's where I help answer questions for Google Photos stuff. And I will do it more often when I have it so easily available to me on my home screen. And this is my run keeper. If I do want to go out and exercise, I can just tap on start and it starts recording and telling me how far I've been. To remove these, so let's say I don't want this activity. You long press and then just drag it up to remove. The Google Play Music, long press and drag up to remove. The dual clock, long press, drag up to remove. And the scans, long press and drag up to remove. I don't want to remove all my directions and all that. I can add more to that. Now then, how do I create a widget? Let me put that dual clock back. Long press on a blank area of the screen. Oh, that's my updated messenger now. So I get rid of her by dragging it down to the X. I'm going to add a new widget. Long press on a blank area of the screen. And now you see a button down at the bottom called widgets. All the widgets that are available to you are here. Now that one is not a dual clock. That one is just a regular clock. So I'm going to scroll down. There's the dual clock, and I want it big. So I'm going to get this one that takes up 4 squares on my screen. Long press until it kind of pops onto your finger. Come on.
You're moving too much.
It's not happy.
Oh,
Let
what's
me
not happy?
I don't know. But let me just move around a bit and now, there we go. So it popped onto my finger and it takes me back to my home screen. And as long as I keep holding down, I can move it around. I let go, and there I have my dual clock. And the other thing was the Drive scans. Now, that has to have Google Drive. So Google Drive must be installed on this phone somewhere in order for the widget to be there. Where'd it go? Well, I will search for it just to prove, well, no, I'll go to my all apps just to prove to you that Google Drive is here. There, Google Drive is here. I must have taken it off of the home screen. If that wasn't there, then the Drive widget would not be available. Long press, widgets, and I need to find Google Drive. And now there's a few things that Google Drive can do, but the one that I want is the one called Drive Scan. Long press, drop it off. But now this is going to have an option. It says, well, Google Drive, you have a couple of Google accounts on this phone. Which one do you want to use?
Don't use mine.
Then when it scans, what folder do you want it to scan to? So you could make a folder called Receipts, for example. But I just let it go to something called Scans. I use Google Drive a fair amount, so I got a lot of folders. And select.
And there it is.
All right. And I think that's, oh, directions. Yeah, because that's fun. Long press, widgets, and this would be a Google Map widget. So I find Google Maps. Did I pass it?
No, I think it's under Maps, not Google.
Oh, okay. There we go. And directions. Long press. And I'm going to drop it off right inside that group. And then it's going to ask me, well, where do you want to go? Let's see. A place that I go to a lot is Best Buy.
The toy store.
On North Federal Highway. So let's make and we will call that Best Buy. And save. So now, anytime I want to go to Best Buy, from wherever I am, I can just open up my group that has all my directions and go to Best Buy. Okay, now to finish this, I do on the computer want to show you how that scan ended up in my drive. So here is my Google Drive, and I scroll down the left here until I find the folder called Scans. And it didn't make it. Where's it down here? Aw. I don't know why. I need to go on to the iPhone, but then if we have time, I'll come back and rescan that and see what, maybe my internet connection just didn't, it did look a little funky. But it does work. Here's all the other things I've been scanning. Okay. Yes. But let's go back. And
okay, there are a couple of questions if you want to, or let's see. Do widgets slow our phones? Seems like mine's getting slower. Well,
great question.
It is a good question, but yeah, maybe.
Hard to tell. Well, what we were talking about is depending on the widget, if it's a widget that is showing you stock information, for example.
It will use data, absolutely.
Then that's using resources.
And some processing, yeah.
But the drive, the scan drive one, for example, that's only doing anything
when you
scan it. So yeah. I don't think that could be a culprit. I need to try this again.
All right. You want me to go there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this is just the best. I want to try it one more time. Or maybe I should try it with the phone that I always do use. This one's a little different. So I scan the receipt. Yeah, something's wrong with using it on this phone. This is not my real phone. Let me use my real Android phone.
There's always something.
Yeah, that's okay. And so here is my phone that's still active, and there's the scans.
There you go.
And I scan it. Now, still having problems. And it's
said it was uploading.
Said it was uploading. Well, I'm just. This is a live show.
Yeah. No net.
Yeah. Flying without a net here. Let me go see and do a refresh. And
still not there.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. It looks it's not right. It's not right. But,
but you didn't have you were just too close to it, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
That's better.
Right.
At least
so at least it showed up. Yeah, it does work.
All right.
Now we'll go to the iPhone.
Yeah.
And the different and I think kind of cool thing about the iPhone is these deep press widgets. So instead of tapping on the phone and finding your contacts or going to the phone, if you hard press, that means actually push on it. And here you get create new contact, search for a contact, view most recent call, or call one of your favorites. And I don't have very many favorites. And notice here also, I could have set it up to I always call Alex using FaceTime rather than just phone. So that's one. And the other really cool one is the camera. Instead of opening the camera and searching and find, oh yeah, there's the button for selfie, or there's the one for video, or there's the one for portrait. If you hard press on camera, you get straight into taking selfie, taking a video, or slow motion, or a portrait.
That's great. That's a great tip.
Now that's something I just learned this week by putting together this class, and I am going to use that one.
Well, that's cool. See, that's why we do this.
That's exactly why we do this.
We learn so we can teach.
Yeah.
And she does it better than I do.
Okay. Now, so those are the deep press. And just try it. Explore. Lots of apps don't have anything. They'll just say share this. But a lot of them do. Any app that you use a lot on your iPhone, try hard pressing on it and see if there's something useful. Then the other way that they are apps is on what's called the Today screen. So, and that is over at the left. Now, that's always tough. It's on the leftmost screen. So here I am at a home screen. If you look at these white dots, I'm at the very right end. So I swipe right to go left. Swipe right, swipe right, swipe right. This is what we call the Today screen, even though it doesn't say Today anymore. And these are widgets. The other way to get to them is if you swipe down to your notifications, then you swipe right. Swipe right. Oh, come on. And you get to them. So why is that useful? That's because if I was all the way over at the right here, instead of swipe, 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 I can come down one and over one. Except for you got to be good at it. There we go.
You are good at it.
You can't touch any other part of the screen. Okay. So now, how do these widgets get there? Well, first I'm going to just take them all off. you see that there is one for calling my favorites, or reading my Kindle book, or playing my music, or looking at my calendar. If I tap on edit, I now see at the top all the widgets that are there and all the widgets that are available and that aren't there. If I tap the minus and then remove, if I do that for all of them. So for example, if you look at your iPhone and you've never fiddled with this, I'll bet you have stock quotes on your widget screen. If you don't care about stock quotes, that takes up a lot of space, so get rid of them. So let me just show you what it looks like now. If I swipe all the way over, did I not tap done? This happened to me before. So you take them off, take them off. Yeah, I think I did not tap done. Keep removing. Okay, and then done. All right. Now, when you go to that screen, there is nothing there. Then you can add whatever you want. So I say, I definitely want calendar. And all you do is tap on the plus. And I like my Evernote widget. It gives me a quick way to take notes. And I like my Google Calendar, not the Apple Calendar. So I remove the Apple Calendar. And a fun one is Road Trippers. If your Road Trippers shows you interesting things nearby. And weather is always good to have. All right, and done. Don't forget the done. Now, I also want calendar to be the first thing, because that's something I do like to look at often. So I tap edit again and drag with these three little guys up, and done. Okay. Now then, for example, let's say that I'm playing around with my photos. I love playing around with my photos. Look at that. And now I say, oh, what am I doing next? I need to look at my calendar, but I want to kind of stay in my photos. That's where the swipe down to the notifications and then swipe right. I can look at my calendar and say, oh, that's right. I don't have anything after today, then till tomorrow night. The way you get back to your photos is just reverse the process. Swipe left and then up. So instead of down and right, it's left and up.
Oh, you're getting better at
that. Okay. And I think that's all of my demo.
Yeah.
There.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Chuck had a question there, and let's see. What's the difference between Cam Scanner and Take Photo Widget? They both appear to have the same half moon symbol. Are they the same and stored in the same place?
Take Photo Widget. Is that something you saw on my phone, or is that something you have?
Or just the camera widget, camera app? Not sure.
Yeah, those sound like two different apps to me, even though they look
and
different.
On the Android, they are saved in a special folder.
Your receipts, when you scan a receipt? No, it is uploaded to your Google Drive.
Google Drive. So that is stored at all on your phone?
No.
Okay. So that's the big difference.
Oh, or is now, good question. That was on the Android. Does it end up being stored in your images? I don't think so, because it scans it straight to a PDF file.
Okay.
Yeah, it scans it straight to a PDF file. No, it is not in your photos at all.
Your Take Photos would take a picture and save it on the device, and then if that folder is looking to synchronize it with Google Photos, it would go up that way. Pictures.
Oh, okay. Okay, pictures. Remember, this is a Google Drive widget that I demonstrated. There are others. I mean, Evernote. Evernote is how I always used to scan receipts, but I just like the way this Google Drive widget does it better. I don't know exactly what I like better about it, but I do. It usually works better.
Yeah. Well, we do invite you to become a member at Geeks on Tour. Just go to geeksontour.com and click on the link that says Become a Member. See our website, geeksontour.com. All of our weekly classes are there. Just click it.
Oh, I'll bet you I know.
You betcha you know
the
what.
receipt thing still. I see that Bill says try moving the receipt lower to where the shadow is not showing. Well, one of the keys to scanning is make sure your scanned document is on a contrasting background.
Good point.
And I did not do that. So I'm going to put it on a contrasting background now. Yep. There you go. So you see that I put it on the back of my other phone, and then I took the picture, and that looks much better.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we learn, right? And then I tap the check mark, and now it says your file is being uploaded to the scans folder of your Google Drive.
So now when you go to Google Drive on any device.
On any device, right. I can even on my iPhone. I have Google Drive, my account on my iPhone, and that receipt will now be there.
Very cool. Okay. Another place, we want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube/Geeks on Tour TV, or just go to YouTube and search for us, Geeks on Tour. All right. Like us on Facebook. We have a lot of places that we want you to like us.
Well, there's all these places that we have to be.
Social.
Yeah.
Social networking.
So I guess the more action we get on one or the other, the more that's where we want to put our stuff.
Okay, our app of the week, and this is something that I use fairly regularly myself, is Network Cell Info Lite. They also have a pay for, but Network Cell Info Lite gives me all the information that I need to know. And it's for Androids only, right?
Yes.
But it tells me what network I'm on. So in this picture here, it says that I'm LTE Fi T-Mobile. So that means that I'm on the Google Fi network, and it's using a T-Mobile cell tower. Sometimes because Google Project Fi can use T-Mobile or Sprint or US Cellular. So this is where I can tell where I am and what the system's doing. So it is really pretty cool. It's almost real time. It tells you really what's going on with your signal. And
this is geeky.
It is kind of geeky, but it's also something that we use when we're trying to figure out if our amplifiers and our external antennas are working. You can see pretty much that the information is going to be increased if you use those tools. So yeah, it's kind of geeky, but it's kind of helpful, especially for folks like us. Well, did you learn something? Is that enough? Okay, hit it. iPad or iPhone, there are two ways to get to the Today screen widgets. What are they?
Keep swiping right until you get to the end, or you can swipe down to see your notifications, and then one swipe right gets you there.
Okay. How to add widgets to the Today screen. A, menu, then add. B, edit, then plus. Or C, app, then get.
B, when you get to that screen, at the bottom of the screen, you'll see an edit button. When you tap that, you'll be in edit mode and you'll see all the available widgets and a plus to add them.
On the iPad, iPhone, what is one option you'll see if you 3D or hard press on the camera icon?
Yeah, I really like this. You can just hard press and get to selfie. or video or portrait mode if you have a Plus phone.
Okay. On Android, true or false, you can only have one directions widget.
False. You can have several.
Yeah,
you can have
they
one
come in
for
real handy.
every place you go, or you can program one in for your parents or whoever you want to make sure they don't get lost.
Or at least not too often. And how do you get the widgets on Android? A, Play Store widgets. B, long press home screen and widgets. Or C, OK Google, add a widget.
I haven't tried C actually, but I know that B works. You long press on a blank area of the home screen, and then you'll see the option for widgets.
Okay. Now, Android, the Drive Scan widget is only available if you have what installed?
Google Drive.
You've got to have Google Drive on there, but you probably want that anyway. All right. Well, Chris, what's the web page that lists all of our weekly shows?
Geeksontour.com, and the menu item is weekly class.
And the web page that lists all of our recent newsletters.
Geeksontour.com, and the menu item is blogs and news, and we just got a new one out yesterday. So if you haven't gotten it in the email, check out the web page.
Okay, that sounds great. So benefits of joining Geeks on Tour.
It's the complete learning library of videos and guides, asking us questions in member Q&A, and our show notes for all of these shows and discounts on products and services. You even get the Google Photos ebook as part of membership.
Okay. Is
Yep.
this is real? Next live show will probably be on April 25th. And our live show topic should be Snapseed on Chromebook, unless we change it.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of planning
so
on.
So kind
now.
of watch for our follow-up Gabbing with the Geeks. We usually do those on Thursday. It's a Facebook Live Q&A, kind of casual and fun. And if you have an idea for a topic, go ahead and leave the comment on this YouTube video. So let's see what else is going on there.
Chuck has one more question.
All right. How do you get additional widgets on a Samsung S7?
I don't have a Samsung S7, but I did some research and it looks like you get it the same way. I mean, long press on a blank area. But how you get additional widgets, you
maybe
need to add more apps. Widgets come with apps. So, for example, that dual clock of mine, I went to the App Store and I looked for dual clock. But also, if you install, for example, the Road Trippers, that you get the widget that comes with it. So it's more apps gets you more widgets.
Perfect answer. I think that's a good one. All right, then. Let's see. I think that's almost it. Pretty much. Oh, we have an outro. Here we go. Yeah.
We're going to zoom away here.
I'm Jim.
Warp speed, maybe. I'm Chris.
And we are Geeks on Tour. And we'll see you next time. Wait a minute. Don't touch that button, Chris. Don't do that.
What does this button do? What is this? Uh-oh. Okay. Maybe we'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching.